Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy and this is a vinyl finds video and vinyl purchases as well. Some of these I've had for a while, but I haven't shown them because I haven't played them yet, and some of these are actually before I even went to Scotland. But anyway, let's get to it, some of the things I picked up recently. So first off, I've got Shades of Deep Purple from 1968. Which finds the band in more of a psychedelic groove than their later hard rock tendencies. Of course, still got John Lord and Ritchie Blackmore. Also, you've got Rod Evans as lead singer. I know that Glenn Calloway is a big fan of the Rod Evans years. Anyway, their big hit on here was the Joe South tune. Their reimagining of Hush, and The Address is a great instrumental. Got Mandrake Root, and you got they cover Help, the Beatles song. Anyway, that's Shades of Deep Purple on the, I never say this name, Tetragrammaton label. The next artist is Richard Hawley, and I discovered him through Steve at A is for Alice, B is for Bob. Doesn't seem like it's in his wheelhouse, but he really enjoys him. And this isn't the one I think I may have showed this already, but I picked up this Now and Then, the Very Best of Richard Hawley, because his albums were just too expensive to find on vinyl. But then Morton Estate, I saw on his channel that they were reissuing his most famous one, that's Cole's Corner. And so I picked that up. He's got a mixed, kind of a retro feel, a little 60s pop, a little 50s crooner with this creative, lush orchestration. Yeah, this is just a fantastic album. Cole's Corner, Just Like the Rain, The Ocean, I Sleep Alone. Anyway, yeah. Cole's Corner, Richard Hawley. Check him out. And I forgot to say that the original album came out in 2005. Next is my favorite artist, of course, and that's Van Morrison, his 2025 album, Remembering Now. This is really a return to form for Van. It's amazing how well he's singing at, 79 or 80 when these were recorded. He had done a couple of albums of covers. One was called Accentuate the Positive, kind of early rock tunes, and the other one was Moving on Skiffle or something like that. Those were two fine albums, but the two studio albums before that was kind of like Get Off My Lawn recordings, even though there were some good tunes on them. But yeah, this is a return to form. Remembering Now, Down to Joy, the single off there is really good. Cutting Corners, Stretching Out, Colorblind, yeah. Haven't Lost a Sense of Wonder. Yeah, just a fantastic album for Van Morrison at this age in his career. It's just amazing. The next album is a real discovery, and it's the band Bridget Calls Me Baby, and their album The Future Is Our Way Out. Came out in 2024. This is an alternative band out of Chicago, and it gets its name from lead singer Wes Levin's teenage pen pal correspondence with French actress Brigitte Bardot. Yeah. There's Bridget. Her most famous movie is probably And God Created Women for 1956. But anyway, I guess he was corresponding with her, and I guess she must have called him baby in one of those correspondence, and that's how the group got its name. But it's kind of got a unique combination of the Smiths, the Cars, Roy Orbison, and Elvis Presley. Just, hold it up the right way, but yeah, just a unique sound. Bridget Calls Me Baby. Bridget Calls Me Baby. Just a great album. Check out The Future Is Our Way Out, the title track, and what's the other one? We Were Never Alive. Those are two other fantastic songs. The whole album's good. The next album is the soundtrack to the Quentin Tarantino film Reservoir Dogs, which I think is Rich Strickler's, one of his favorite movies. at least his favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. And by the way, please watch Rich Strickler's channel. I'm on there with Doc and Brian from Massey's Main Entertainment when we're doing our top 50 songs for each year. We just did 1984. I'll put a link below if you want to see that. And also on Massey's Main Entertainment, we just did a video where we drafted a band, and we're doing a song exchange on there too. I feel like I'm a Merv Griffin telling you about my appearances. But anyway, on this one, you've got Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Suede, Joe Texas, I Gotcha, Coconut by Harry Nilsson, and you'll never hear the song Stuck in the Middle of You, with You by Steelers Wheel the same after watching this movie. But yeah, like I said, Stephen Wright, I said, does the introductions to each song. Well, it's kind of like a radio broadcast. And there's also some dialogue from the movie in here. Yeah. Reservoir Dogs. And it's on the Geffen label. Next, we've got the Bodines album from 1987, Outside Looking In. Formed in Wisconsin, kind of roots rock alternative. This is their second album. This one was produced by Jerry Harrison of the Talking Heads after a falling out with Mike Campbell of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. But anyway, they got songs on here like Only Love, Pick Up the Pieces, and Dreams. Not as good as their debut, and I got some bad reviews, but I think it's better than the reviews say. But like I said, not as good as their debut. And on the Slash label. Next, from Morgan James, her album Soul Remains the Same. I got this from her website, and she signed it there. She's got the most amazing voice ever, I think. She's a Broadway singer and songwriter. You've probably seen her maybe if you watch YouTube videos of Postmodern Jukebox. She does some songs on there, like she does Dream On, Aerosmith's tune. But she's just the most amazing voice. This is a covers album where she covers these different hard rock, alternative, and grunge songs. There she is. You can see the songs on there. But yeah, like she does Thunderstruck by AC/DC, Tonight Tonight by Smashing Pumpkins, Plush by Stone Temple Pilots, Better Man by the Pearl Jam song, Cult of Personality, Living Color. But anyway, she gives some of them a little jazzy, some of them a neo soul, some of them a pop spin. Yeah, just a unique album by Morgan James. You see the artwork on the insert. Like it says on here, as always, no vocal tuning of any kind was used in this recording. Yes, it's because she's got the most amazing voice. And this cover is not bent or anything. That's how it's made to look. Anyway, Morgan James. Next, and their album Soul Mining. Of course, this is Glenn Kellaway's favorite name for a band. But anyway, formed in London by singer-songwriter Matt Johnson, kind of synth pop fused with post-punk, even though I don't really like that term, post-punk. But anyway, he was the only constant member. Sometimes he was the only member. But a wonderful debut album. It's got This Is the Day, Perfect, Uncertain Smile. And Uncertain Smile has that wonderful piano outro by former Squeeze bandmate Jules Holland. And get the lyrics. And this is on just black vinyl. Epic. Next, the new album by Tammy Nielsen called Neon Cowboy. This came out this year, based in New Zealand, but born in Canada. The patron saint of heartbreak. She has this powerful voice with a little old-time country, roots rock, rockabilly, and some barroom rhythm and blues. On this album, she gets help from Neil Finn of Crowded House fame. She also features Ashley McBryde, Grace Bowers, and Shelley Fairchild, which I'm not sure who those are. The Secret Sisters and J.D. McPherson, who does one of the best Christmas albums. Young Cowgirl. There's Tammy. And this is on a yellow vinyl. Check out Tammy Nielsen. And an album recommended by Dave at Infidelity, who's got a contest going on now. Please enter his contest. I'll put a link below. But anyway, this is Martha and the Muffins and their album Metro Music. Their debut album with their biggest hit, Echo Beach, is on here. The cover is a map of Toronto, the city, which is, I guess, the band's hometown. Also listen to Saigon and Paint by Number Heart. Yeah, Martha and the Muffins. On the Virgin label. Next is a compilation album of sorts. She Wants a Piece of You. You can see the band. It's an all-girl garage band from the 60s who played their own instruments, wrote their own songs, out of Sacramento, California. Mostly garage rock with some psych and R&B thrown in. But these are from unreleased 1970 recordings that finally put on an album by Big Beat Records. Check out Out of Reach, but yeah. And that's on this red vinyl. The group She, which I think they disbanded the next year in 1971 after their recordings, but they were never released until 1999. And this is a 2015 reissue. Next is the jazz pianist, singer, songwriter, Mose Allison. This is his album, I've Been Doing Some Thinking. Just great jazzy, slightly sarcastic tunes mixed in with the blues. Van Morrison was a big fan. In fact, he did a whole album of Mose Allison tunes. Of course, you might know the song Young Man's Blues that The Who recorded at on their Live at Leeds album. Yeah, just a great artist. Mose Allison, I've Been Doing Some Thinking from 1968. And next, the Buckingham Nicks album. This is the reissue by Rhino. This is not the Kevin Gray cut. This is the other reissue. Of course, the original album came out in 1973. You get an early look at the direction Fleetwood Mac would take after both of these joined the band on their self-titled Fleetwood Mac and Rumors albums. But yeah, this is a fine album. I don't know how the Kevin Gray cut sounds. This sounds pretty good. Oh, and this one is on blue vinyl. Anyway, and that's it. I hope everyone's doing well, and that's what I picked up recently, and everyone take care.